Hey guys, back with another Maplestory video here. This time we got the Lynn level 230, 32% ignore enemy defense, just under 60 mil max damage cap, around 45k. I ended up hitting Abso lab on my weapon just before this, and so took me a few practice runs to figure out sort of the cooldown rotation as far as defensive. But this is me, Lynn gameplay, baby. Showing up, solo content, had a lot of fun doing this. So immediately I had to pop all my burst here. And usually you would think that you want to save it for the eye. And I think in some situations it does. But I found out for the Lynn specifically that the timing, if I pop my burst immediately, it helped not only sort of get the eye open earlier on this first cycle, but also it timed up kind of nicely with the second cycle as well, allowing me to get sort of maximum uses and maximum value out of the big burst skills later on, kind of in the entirety of the fight. It sort of felt like it was a lot smoother doing that, and I didn't feel rushed or kind of out of options at the end. So the nice thing about Lynn here is I sort of blink up and deal with the petrify room, and with my current HP, it's actually still pretty sweaty as far as trying to deal with petrify room. Even though I blink up, you see right there I die. I should have used my other iframes, but I tried to greed it out, and I can get into bad spots in those situations if I don't play it properly. So you'll see for every eye opening, when the tentacles drop down, I end up using ethereal because it's on a 60-second cooldown and it feels like the timing is pretty consistent and it just works out. Just throw it out there and not have to worry about this, because sometimes before I was sort of holding on to it and trying to blink up and dodge orbs, and dodge the orbs at the same time, and it just got a little clunky and it wasn't consistent. So I just figured throw out ethereal there and use everything else for the petrify room. So you see here, 2 minutes in, my burst is about to come right back up with this eye open. So right there, I popped it, and like I just got full value right there, right before this laser phase. So that is why it timed out so nicely. I was able to get a good chunk of damage there. You see, just over 2 minutes in, I'm at about 60%. So I was able to get full value out of that and make it work out very nicely. And here I'm trying to use my Lynn sort of dash mobility, another iframe that it has in the toolkit, just to survive the petrify room. Because I find myself, if one of those spawn on top of me and I get comboed, I'm dead. So it's very easy for me to die there. And so I kind of have to throw everything, all my iframes at it, and just save ethereal for this phase right here. Just throw it out there. It immunes both tentacles in time, and I sort of have an answer for every sort of situation. So I'm in a good spot here on the Lynn. You can see, though, the DPS is slowing down here a bit. 3 minutes in. And for me personally, it feels like the DPS is not an issue. It's more just about surviving. And the 3 death counters can make it challenging, especially if I mess up Petrify Room or do something out of the norm. Probably should not have used iframe there, but I was feeling pretty confident that for this Petrify Room, I could blink up and sort of circle, hover, dodge, use my up dashes, kind of diagonal dashes there, just to sort of kite. And then I think use my iframe here probably just to be safe. Yeah, see right there. I got in between the iframe, I was able to get in between that skill, I was able to use my iframe and survive and get through another petrify room. So feeling good about that. And now my burst cooldowns are coming up here in about 7 seconds. So I'm waiting for the eye to open. Oh, bad spot there. Got lucky. Here it comes. Here's the burst. I immediately used it just to throw it out there again because I know it's going to be a long fight. Ethereal form. Oh, here, there's the burst actually. Sorry, right there. So I did save it a little bit longer. And look how much DPS I just did in that big chunk of burst. So that is sort of the game plan there. And now I'm in an awkward spot here with the petrify room happening at the same time as the eye opening. And so you see I have to do a really good job of kiting and going diagonal. And I think I probably have to, yeah, I probably should have blinked up there. But it was the end of the timer. I was hoping I could survive there. And now look, 1 life left, in a bad spot here. Somehow got out of there. And so it's still 5 minutes into the fight. I still got about 35 to 40% left HP and only 1 life remaining. So it's definitely not easy. And just a few mistakes you see really cost me with my rotations and my cooldowns, and I ended up dying because of it. So the room for error is, there's still not a lot of room for error, because DPS wise, it is going to be dependent on the timing of the eye opening and the timing of the burst. But staying consistent with the strategy, using my ethereal form right there. And now I'm trying to kite up onto these tentacles, make sure that I don't see any of these ads spawn on top of me, like right there. Because when they spawn on top of me and they sort of explode, that is when they hit really hard and I end up dying. So that's one of the fun things about solo content, is you learn a lot about the little nuances of these bosses that you don't always find in team composition, especially when you're playing, when you only have 3 lives remaining, right? And you don't have any support there, Heaven's Door, single res, or anything to kind of make up for it. So here, burst is back up 6-minute mark, and this is a crucial time frame for me. I think I'm gonna have to make sure, yep, there's the eye opening right there, just as my burst again was about to come up. Snuck through there. See, that's one of the things I wanted to avoid with ethereal form and just setting it and forgetting it. And now here I have my burst coming up. I'm kiting. I'm just waiting for DS4 to come back up right as I burst. Maybe. Yeah, so I was not able to kill it there. I think if I held onto my burst, I would have been able to down it there. So now it's just could have been sub 7-minute clear. But now I'm just trying to survive. Just trying to make it another minute, playing super defensive, trying to get back into the middle of the map so that I'm not like left cornered by those tentacles right there and orbs. So I always try to stay in the middle, so I have a spot either left or to the right to kite to. So now it's just dodging. Petrify Loom looks like it's going to come up pretty soon, as the same as the eye right there. So I just iframe, maybe. Nope, I played it safe here. So I wasn't looking at my iframe, so I just played it safe, made sure that I got up there. Oh, you saw that tentacle. Iframe, kill it. So played really, really safe right there at the end. Did not want to get caught in a bad spot. Could have been a faster run if I played a little bit better, but overall, proud that I got it down in the Lynn. I ended up getting a Gloom ring from doing the solo mode achievement. So the Lynn is making quick gains. DPS looks pretty good. Playstyle, kind of solo mode playstyle, is very, very fun. And enjoying sort of learning the nuances of the class and trying to improve my gameplay and just be more consistent with cooldowns and things like that. So a lot more Lynn gameplay, and glad I got to solo Gloom. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.